Hello, in this video we are going to try another crack me. Let's see what it does. So when you double click, it asks for a name. Let's put in something, and registry number, let's put in another number. Click OK, and you get a bad message. So let's attach cheat engine. Click open. This is the crack me, and now we look for the string 3344. Select value type string, search for text 3344, first scan, and we found 2 hits, so we add it to the address table. So now we have 2. Let's find out what are the codes which accesses these addresses. We start with the first one. So we right click on this, find out what accesses this address. Attach the debugger, and then go ahead and click OK. And then we find there are 3 instructions that accesses the address. Try again, make sure we capture all the instructions which accesses those address. 442, okay, one more time, just to be sure. 663, that means we got all the 3. Now we analyze each one to see which of these is responsible for showing this bad message here. So we can just stop this now. We start with the first one. Show in this assembler, and then try to look for some strings. Okay, this string. Now the first thing you notice is we are in user 32. User 32 is the operating system DLL or library, so definitely it's not the place where you find strings like this. There are others like kernel 32, NTDLL. Those are all operating system library files used by the crack me. So you can just close this because you know for sure this is not the right place. So this is the wrong one. Now we try another one. Show in this assembler, and again you see NTDLL. NTDLL is another operating system. So for sure you will find the strings here. This is not the right one. And now we go for the third one. Click show disassembler. And this is the right one, crack me 32. Crack me exe. See that? So if you scroll, you can see the good message and the bad message. So we have found the correct place. Right, so now if you analyze this, you can see there's a jump here, and this jump jumps over the good message and takes us to the bad message. We can put a breakpoint here, right click, set breakpoint, and then close this and click OK again. See what happens. It has hit this breakpoint. Okay, now let's type over. See that? It jumps over the good message. So theoretically we should know all of this in order to prevent the jump, but let's see what happens when we did that. Okay, let us run and show the bad message. Okay, let's try to know all this and see whether it will work. So we will put replace with code that does nothing, and now alright, now click OK, and now it hits our breakpoint. Let's type over. It is supposed to go straight and show the good message. Step over. Okay, it is going straight. Now it's supposed to show the message box with a good message. Nothing happens. run all the way, nothing happens. We are not seeing a good message. Why is that? The reason is because of the parameter which is being pushed to the stack. This parameter is pushing something which is wrong. Let me show you. Let's OK again. Now we step over. Okay, it is pushing 64. 40 is 64 to the stack. And now it's pushing this text to the stack. This text is citing the caption. Step over, and now it has pushed the message to the stack. Now take a look at this. It is going to push all F's to the stack, and all F is -1. This is hexadecimal. If you convert this into decimal, it is -1, and -1 is error. That's why you're not showing a message box, right? If you wanted to show a message box, this one should be 0, right? So let's try that. Let's double click on this, change the new value AX to 0, and then click OK, and let it push 0 to the stack. Okay, now let us call the message box function, and you see, good work. See that? That means this one, the value was pushed was wrong. It was -1. After changing to 0, it works. So this is how the message box API works. You can go and check out the MSDN Microsoft library. Go to Chrome, open your Chrome browser and type MSDN, and then look for message box, and then you can click this one. And message box accepts 4 parameters. So when you compare this with your thing, the first parameter is your push 40. This is the 4th parameter. Let me show you. It is pushed in reverse order. What I mean by reverse order, let me show you. This is reverse order. This is pushed to the stack first. So this one is referring to push 40, and then this one is referring to caption. In reverse order, is pushing from the bottom up, and you can confirm that. You can see correct me is a caption. Then the next one, push this one, is the message itself, the text, which is this. And the last one is actually the first parameter, is push EX. So push EX in this case, it was all F's -1. Now according to the documentation, this parameter is a handle to the owner of the window. If the parameter is null, the message box has no window. So now here will be 0, right? We should put 0. If it's anything other than that, like -1, then -1 is the owner. Now -1 is usually an error code. So when you push error to the stack, the window will not show. So this is how we can understand the API. Now this MSDN, this function is called a Windows API. API stands for Application Programmer Interface. So what it means is Windows function. So API is also another name for Windows function. All programs make use of Windows API in order to show a message or to perform operations, calculations, and so on that involves the Windows operating system. So this is one of it. So whenever you see something like this, go and look up the MSDN on the Google Chrome, search for it in the internet. So now in order to write the script for this is how we'll do it. First, just let me stop the debugger, and then we'll write a script for that. Alright, so let's remove this breakpoint and then restore the with original code. So we're going to inject a script at this point. So select this point, click on Tools, go to Auto Assemble, select on Template, it will be injection. Click OK, click OK. So we don't want this to execute, so we comment it out. Right? Instead, we want to make sure that EX is 0. So we need to push. We have to move the value of 0 into EX. So this is the assembly language instruction to move something into the register. So EX is one of the registers. So we want to move anything to the register, we use the move instruction. So this will ensure that there will be a 0 in EX, and then when it comes to this instruction, it will push 0. So now we can assign this to the current table, and we can close it. We can close this as well, and now we can test it. Make sure you disable the debugger by running first all the way and remove any breakpoints. Alright, so now let's click OK. It shows a bad message. Now we activate the script. Okay, let's call it first something. Call it move ex1 0, sorry. Alright, so now we activate the script and then we click OK, and we see good work. If we deactivate the script, click OK, it go back the default bad message. Alright, so let's try to see in action. Now is JNE, we are going to put a breakpoint there. And you activate the script. Watch what happens here. You insert a jump, and the jump is going to jump to the code cave. So if you look at the script, this is the jump. We are injecting this one, right? Jump to new mem. New mem is this one, the location of the injected part in the code cave. So now if we click OK. Alright, so now it hits a breakpoint. Let's step over and see the jump. Okay, it has jumped to the code cave, and then over here it is now here, the injected part. So the injected instruction here will now move 0 to EX. So let's watch. Now EX is all F's, and then when we step over this, now EX becomes 0 because you have just moved 0 into EX. And then you continue with the next instruction, which is this one over here. Alright, step over, then now you're going to push this, right, and then now you're going to jump back to the return. Now you're here, you are going to return. Okay, so let's execute. Step over and it goes back. This is where you jump to the code cave, and now you're back here, and you're going to push the remainder of the parameters to the stack. Good work. So let's step over. So let's push this to the stack. Alright, and now step over again, and now it's push EX. That means it's push 0 to the stack. Step over again, and now our message should have been shown. See that? Okay, so this is how it works. So okay, So let's remove the breakpoint. View breakpoints, remove, right click and delete, and click OK again. Alright, so now we can close this and save our cheat table, deactivate first, and now we save. File, save, and then save this one, crack me city. Maybe we give a name, more, because this crack me is by Sadus, so we type crack me Sadus, click save. Alright, we don't need these two because when we restart, these dynamic addresses will be useless. We can delete these two. Alright, save one more time. Alright, so this is how you can solve this crack me. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.